Mini Cooper. How good. Yep, new car, stoked. 2005 Cooper S. It's a car I've wanted for ages, so yeah, just been passively looking over the last year. So yeah, new vehicle for the channel as a project. The Accord, you know, is gone, so I haven't had like a performance car for nearly a year, so really looking forward to ripping into this as a project. And yeah, let's get stuck in. I've already actually filmed some of the driving stuff, but we'll get into that now. And you can see, yeah, my first drive. Now I do apologize for the video angle and everything in the car. I've got this real cool suction mount which has worked like perfectly fine in previous videos, but the windscreen on the Mini's like vertical, so it's yeah, the camera angle's not ideal. So I think I'm just going to get like just a GoPro instead of trying to use my I've got a Canon R5 filming now, so yeah, it's just one of those things. I'll get a GoPro for in-car stuff, it'll just be easier, I think. So yeah, anyway, check out the driving footage. Cheers. Alrighty. What an absolute mission. Cannot confirm if the camera will stay where it is. I just spent a solid 20 minutes trying to set up the usual my windscreen suction mount, but it unfortunately, because the Mini's windscreen is like basically flat, it literally is just like the legs can't go on the right angles, so yeah, which is not ideal. But anyway, welcome back to another episode. It's been a long time. I have been busy trying to launching a business and magazine, so yeah, so that's kind of taken priority in my life lately, which has been amazing. But with that, you know, about a year ago, I had to sell the Accord just to make way for some funding for the magazine. But yeah, so it's been a long time since I've had a fun weekend or track day car. But yeah, I can safely say now that I've got a new project, which is bloody awesome. Sorry, I'm really dark. It's the white balance is up the wazoo. Hang on. So yeah, so anyway, so I have got a Mini Cooper, R53 Cooper S. I've wanted one of these for quite a long time. I used to have an R56, like the turbocharged version of this car, and it was honestly a really good car. I loved the chassis, but the only problem with it was I would say just the engine, the N14, isn't known to be the most reliable. So anyway, so I sold that like a couple of years ago, bought the Civic and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so anyway, so I wanted to get something new, and the R53 supercharged in the 2005 or 2006 is a vehicle I've wanted for some time. I've heard the engines are more reliable and things like that. So yeah, so that's what I've purchased. I've just kind of passively been looking for like the last year, just on and off on Trade Me and things like that, and managed to find like a fairly low Ks 2005 Cooper S, so it's got 139,000 Ks, and yeah, this is my first drive. So I did drive it when I test drove it, but it was just like a kind of a, you know, quick run around the block, that kind of thing, just to, you know, make sure it wasn't totally rooted. So but the problem was when I test drove it, I instantly could tell that the guy had put 91 in it, because it was like pre-igniting pinking. So I didn't want to kind of get on it or anything like that. I've just driven it to the closest gas station, and I've just put like 98, 100 octane into it, so hopefully get that into the fuel lines, and then I'll be able to kind of, you know, give it a few revs and whatnot. But yeah, So the plan for this little weapon is I'm just going to start doing some YouTube videos on the upgrades and things like that. And it's going to be one of those vehicles that just sits in the garage waiting for like a weekend fun run, or if I get invited to a track day like at Club Circuit in Hampton Downs, something like that. So it's going to be kind of like almost like a UK inspired like track day kind of build. So kind of like a little club car. Like, it's still nice to be in with interior and all that kind of stuff, but it's got everything it will need to be able to do track days and things like that. Probably going to start with the brakes. I've been talking to quite a few people on some potential upgrades and things like that. The R53 brakes, from what I've heard, the calipers and the factory discs are not ideal in terms of retaining any sort of heat. So apparently a basic upgrade is the R56 caliper and disc, and that's probably where I'm leaning towards at the moment, just because that means it kind of just all looks stock from the outside. But if I do like a nice endless pad, fluid, some brake ducting that I found in the UK, we'll do that as well. And same with the back, just good pads and discs and things like that, high temp fluid, stainless lines, and then we'll figure out what we want to do for the coilovers or suspension. Haven't decided if I'm going to run a full coil, like adjustable coilover yet, or just something like a Bilstein B16 shock and spring combo. In New Zealand, it's not as easy as just running coilovers. Like, the car has to get engineered, so which is an additional cost of about $1,000 New Zealand, which is it just adds to it, and it's just like a whole nother situation like to go through, because basically what happens with that is when your car gets certified here in New Zealand, it's all digital now. It used to not be, and they take photos of how the vehicle appears at the time of certification. So they'll even note down, obviously, like things like what wheels and tires you're running. So the frustrating thing about that is if you change wheels even like an inch wider or an inch taller or whichever, then it doesn't meet that certification digital tag that the vehicle now has. So you kind of run into like a whole can of worms, whereas, if I just keep it a bit more basic, just using good parts, sway bars and shock and spring combo like a Bilstein or something, then it'll still be a very fun car, like B-road car, but it just won't have all the issues that come with certification. But undecided on that at the moment. This is kind of like my first drive now. It's got some good fuel in it, and it's I forget how good these chassis are. They are honestly so good. Just feel like a little go-kart, and that's kind of what really kind of resonated with me when I purchased my R56 Turbo. It was actually more fun on back roads than my old Civic Type R FK8, because that car was just so much faster and way more capable, so you just really had to push it to feel like the vehicle was any sort of like fun, if that makes sense. Whereas the Mini, being a smaller chassis, smaller tyre, it just feels it's just a lot more fun just driving it around town. Like, you can just go around a roundabout and it's really, really good fun. So this one seems to be really well taken care of. It's been in the country for most of its life, and it's the engine is a totally different experience to the turbocharged engine, and it sounds really good. We're looking forward to ripping into this. We're actually about to move house, still pre-igniting, in a couple of weeks. And it's got a really massive garage, so we're going to be setting that up as like a bit of a headquarters for the YouTube channel and the Forex Journal magazine. So thinking of maybe just getting a little like hoist in there, and I'll just start doing maintenance and pulling the thing apart and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's nice to just kind of feel the chassis and how this thing drives. I can already tell it needs an engine mount. It's rocking pretty badly on and off the throttle, but yeah, I mean, I figure these days when you're buying a used vehicle, you're buying, especially something that's like this and it's 20 years old, you're just buying someone else's, you know, vehicle that well, that's cool. You know, they've kept on the road and they've kept it legal, but you know, a lot of people, when the vehicles are kind of worth this much, it's just, you know, they're keeping them going and things like that. So they're going to have like issues, and as long as you can get it for the right price, I think that's all that matters. Which we did. This was pretty cheap. It was about 5,000 New Zealand dollars, which is I don't know what that equates to wherever you're watching, but yeah, it's not an expensive vehicle. Like the wheels and tires on my old Civic Type R cost about that. So the idea with this vehicle is it's just really going to be a fun, inexpensive project that is hopefully very rewarding. Like, you know, I've already I actually found them before I bought the vehicle. I just had a keyword search for 4x100 wheels, and I managed to score just some white, like track day kind of looking wheels with Dunlop 03G semi-slicks and like a 225 45 16. So they're pretty wide, but I'm sure I'll be able to get them to fit. So, you know, like I picked those up for like $500 for the whole set, and there's heaps of tread. And they came off someone's Targa car, which is kind of like a road rally here in New Zealand. Really big, cool event. So yeah, little things like that. Just kind of scouting deals and just making the most of, you know, marketplace and all that kind of stuff, and a few local suppliers who bring in parts for these things. But it seems to be one of those things where I know a lot of the parts are going to have to come from the UK. So you know, just finding things like I really wanted to put the 4-piston John Cooper Works calipers on this because they're obviously a decent upgrade, but there's just nothing in New Zealand. So yeah, it's pretty frustrating, like just trying to find spares for these. Like we've got a lot of Japanese cars here, but yeah, so minis not so much, but they do pop up from time to time. But it's honestly just easier to just get some stuff in from the UK, and yeah, hopefully with a mate Ash over there, I can maybe just send quite a few things to his house, and then he can chuck it all in the post for me. So thanks, mate. So yeah, so I don't know much about these engines, to be honest. It's a 1.6 litre supercharged single overhead cam engine with about 120 kilowatts. They rate the facelift version slightly higher. It's got different coating in the supercharger and things like that. It was meant to be a bit more durable. But the idea is I'm just going to get all the maintenance stuff I might need, like the supercharger servicing kit, like, you know, just pull the front off the car, just do all that maintenance and everything over the next couple of videos and get all that done, just so, you know, I can really just beat on it and not be worried that, you know, there's no oil in the supercharger, which I've heard is actually quite common, and things like that. And yeah, the detonation, like the pre-ignition, is finally going away. So the 98, well, I actually put 100 octane in it. The 100 octane's finally come through the fuel lines, and it's sounding a hell of a lot better than it was. I'm currently just following a CL1 Accord Euro R, which is a nice bit of kit. So yeah, But no, plan is to keep you guys updated. I'm just going to do some walkarounds of the car, show you guys the condition. The paint's pretty good. It is black, which it isn't my first pick for a vehicle, to be honest. They're really hard to keep clean, but it's only going to really be going out in the dry anyway, so it's not a major. So I'll probably do some content around bringing that paint back to life. It's missing a moulding on the driver's side, which fell off the day before I collected the vehicle. And yeah, it's got a few scrapes and things like that, and you can only unlock the car like with the actual key. Like the fob actually like doesn't operate at the moment, so there's a few little things that I need to sort out. But I'm just going to crack the window just a little bit, see if we can get a bit of supercharger noise. Yeah, I'd be curious to find out when the spark plugs were last done as well, and the coil packs and everything like that. And oh man, it's sounding so much healthier than it was when I picked it up. I don't generally enjoy beating on a car until I know if the oil's done. And a few basic things, so I won't beat on it too hard, but I'm just more trying to see under load if there's under corner load, like if there's any bushes or anything like that I can feel that are out, any on centre issues like any play. But no, it seems really good. It's got Bridgestone RE003s on it, which are really a decent road tyre. Sorry, I'm just giving it some berries at the moment. Just got to concentrate a bit. I can already tell the pedal feel is terrible. It's probably got some sort of economy pad in it, which, you know, is kind of typical of the second-hand vehicle market, especially when it's like an enthusiast, you know, like they're just, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys can hear that supercharger, but sounds so sick. Oh, so good. How good's the B road? Okay guys, I'm just going to have some fun, and I'll find somewhere to just do a walk around with the car, and we'll I'll show you the condition and stuff like that. And yeah, anyway, talk to you guys soon. Right, we'll do a little rip. It's pretty good, pretty impressive. It's funny because it sorry guys, it doesn't have that punch like the turbo one when it comes, like when that used to come on, but yeah, when you rev it out, it definitely goes like, yeah, well enough, if you will. Alright guys, here's a new project. Missing a few things as you can see, but yeah, overall it's actually a really tidy car, and I can't wait to get stuck in. Here it is, the little weapon. So as you can see, it's got a bit of a trim missing over here. The headlights could definitely do with a bit of a wee zhishing, but overall it looks pretty good. A few bumps and scrapes down the bottom, and yeah, these are the RE003s. So overall it's a pretty tidy thing. There's no real dents or anything down it. All of the wheels pretty much have curbing, but kind of as to be expected. But yeah, cool little thing. Something I didn't realise when I bought it was it's got an alloy expansion tank, so that probably exploded at some point. But man, these get hot. That is not ideal. It's crazy how the headlights come up. Yeah, pretty standard. I just wanted to talk about why I decided to purchase a Mini Cooper instead of, like in New Zealand, Japanese performance cars are really common, and for track days, obviously, as you know, the years go on over here, you know, like an Accord or something like that, like my previous car would have been another good option. But the thing is, with Japanese vehicles in New Zealand, is they're getting super expensive, and thankfully things like Mini Coopers actually fly under the radar here. So kind of what I mentioned about my Civic wheels and tires, like this car cost the same price as a set of wheels and tires on my Type R. So for $5,000, it's supercharged, it's got a 6-speed manual box, a great chassis, and I just think in terms of value for something around $5,000, you just literally can't beat it. You know, and it's got all sorts of cool features. So yeah, Kiwis kind of haven't really cottoned on as much. They used to run a Mini Cup series over here years ago, so that was really cool. But yeah, the only problem is obviously parts and things like that are really hard to find compared to Japanese vehicles over here. So all of the stuff basically, well, not all of it, but a lot of it will have to come out of the UK or the States or something like that, but that's all right, I don't really mind. But yeah, really stoked on this particular car. 2005 Cooper S. I've wanted one for ages, and yeah, really looking forward to just ripping into this as a project on the YouTube channel. We've got a baby due in about 4 weeks, so it's probably not the best time to be buying project cars, but yeah, I'll be working on this during the week in the shed. So yeah, it's just for me considered part of my job, creating content and things like that. So yeah, we'll just keep you updated, and yeah, welcome to the project, and yeah.